happy Friday. I hope you're having a great day thus far. As promised, I just wanted to shoot you a quick video because these are the videos I send to people that are interested in learning about digital marketing and just, educating business owners. It really gives them insight into how their website is doing and how their Google My Business is doing. So it brings a lot of value from what my clients have told me. So I love doing these videos. So I'll kind of dive right in. I'll show you 3 or 4 things to pay attention to in your digital or online presence. Okay. So the first thing first is I love your logo. It's very cool. It's very digital, and people are more likely to remember that. I really love your website too. This is all your work. It's presented perfectly. It's engaging, and obviously you're a very talented photographer. So it's like people are already enticed and engaged into your website the first thing, right? So great job. Your website's very clean too. It's very people can read it easily. And your awards, obviously, that's amazing. It makes you look credible, and that you're top of the line photographer, right? So as an online marketer, basically, we really hold content to a high standard, right? So content is king. It was more so important previously, but it still is important. So basically, for your homepage especially, you usually want around 1,500 words. That's on average. It depends on what your competition is doing, and if you want to beat your competition, right, like we spoke about that yesterday, you may not care to be on the first page of Google, but usually 1,500 words with the correct keywords, right? So keywords being your service plus the cities that you target. So professional photographer, Manassas, Virginia, or wedding photographer, Manassas, Virginia. You can also target cities around you, right? So wedding photographer, McLean or Tyson's Corner, Northern Virginia. You can even say DC if you want, if you target DC. So you can really, get ranked for all those cities. And we rank by city, like I said. We don't go by state or county. That's very rare as well. It's usually by city. But it all depends on what people are searching in Google. So I did a quick check. You have about 609 words on your homepage. It's not bad, Again, it's all about making sure that you're getting the correct content and the right valuable content for your consumers, right? Google ranks websites higher when you have that valuable content. It also has to be, well written too. You want people to read it, right? So you don't want, to have this ginormous website and just put a bunch of words up there, right? So there's a strategy to writing for Google to like it. So 1,500 words, like I said, on average. And then also these photos should be saved as keywords, because you kind of have to tell Google, like, hey, this is the clientele I'm looking for. So obviously you put, photo, video in your business name. So if you put, professional photographer, Manassas, Virginia, or wedding photographer in Manassas, Virginia, it's what we call on-page SEO. You want to make sure your meta descriptions, your the photos, all images are all saved as keywords that you're targeting. Again, Google likes some direction. You have to tell Google what you are looking for and your ideal clientele. So that's the first thing I would recommend, or I educate clients on. So the second thing, I just put in professional photographer, Manassas, Virginia. Again, I don't know if that's something you want to be found for. So this is what the Google Map Pack, the first thing, usually you see some ads, but the first thing you see is this Google Map Pack. So like I said yesterday, it's very important for businesses to be in this Google Map Pack, because 25 to 35% of consumers will choose a business based on their location in this area. So consumers tend to be a little bit lazy, right? And especially if you have good reviews and a lot of reviews, meaning usually the ideal review the number of stars is 4.5 at least and above. So if you're a perfect 5 and you have 100 reviews, people actually think it's kind of fishy, to be honest with you, right? So 4.9 is good, 4.8, but 5 stars is still good. But if you have 100 5 stars, it just makes people think, oh, I don't know Are all these credible? So it actually kind of hurts you if you have a perfect 5-star. So how to get into this Google Map Pack is the second thing I'll talk about. So you have to have a lot of citations. So basically beating out these competitors and the number of citations and the quality of citations. So you know, not everything is this weighs the same, right? Citations is just your business name, address, and phone number on online directories such as Google, as Yelp, Facebook, all those directories. But there's so many directories that are specific to each industry, and so we have software. We run, you know, your competitors' citations, and we see how many you have, and then essentially we add 100, 150 quality citations for you, and that will help. Now, it's changed a little bit with the Google Map Pack. They're putting more emphasis on Google reviews, so making sure you get at least 1 or 2 or 3 reviews each month, staying on top of your Google My Business page, meaning you're posting in it every week actually, or more, and really staying on top of it. It's almost like a social media platform now, so they really want you to be consistent. And that's the thing, it's hard to be consistent when you're a business owner because you're running your own business. So we help businesses get into this area. Also, the third thing that helps gives you a boost to get in this area is if your website is done correctly, meaning is it utilizing all those keywords that you want to rank for. Because if your Google My Business page say that we redo a business's Google My Business page, and we put all these keywords in there and save your photos as keywords, but your website isn't doing the same, Google sees it as a little bit of a disconnect, so you're not going to get much of a boost. So when your website and your Google My Business page are doing the same things, they're utilizing the same keywords, it's in sync together, and then Google will give you a boost in this Google Map Pack. So I hope that makes sense. Now, when you scroll down, Thumbtack, that's a directory. Yelp, another directory, right? So you have 2 directories right here to get, it's good to be listed in these, obviously, because they're taking the first and second positions up on Google. So your number 1 competitor is Listnik Photo. So I'll show you how your website is doing compared to theirs. So this is your website. So I know you have a background in IT, so you kind of know this whole referring backlink section. So if you really want to be found on Google, you really have to pay attention to this section. So referring domain, just basically high power, high credible website, linking back to your website, giving you a boost on Google, showing Google that you're voting for them essentially, and that you're popular, and that obviously you're credible. So it's like you're creating rapport with Google. Not all backlinks are equal too, so you don't want any spammy ones. So like spammy ones are like low quality, maybe Chinese ones. People order them from like Fiverr or like Upwork, and 99% of the time they're spam or just low quality. And so if they're low quality, it brings your site down. So you always want backlinks that are credible to your industry. Like you don't want any ones that are like e-commerce or something that is totally irrelevant. So Google's very smart. They know kind of like they just bought these just to try to rank, but it actually hurts you. So so the UR and DR, so URL, this is your URL rating, and this is your DR or domain rating. Basically the credibility and the power of your referring domains and your backlinks. So you want this to be a 1-to-1 ratio or as close as possible. So this shows that your credibility and power of both backlinks and referring domains are in synchrony of each other. So you have 29 keywords that are driving 12 people to your website a month. 12 people are, it's not a lot of people. And Google puts a traffic value on it. It's not really accurate, but so we can see what keywords you're ranking for. So this is your brand, right? So you want keywords to be generic keywords, like what are people putting into Google to find you, right? So Indian wedding photographer DC, so that's perfect. So 30 people are searching that a month. You're in 34th place. You went up 7 spots. So 3rd, 4th, so that means you're on the 4th page. Wedding video DC, 70 people search that a month. You're in 70th place, so you're on the 8th page or so. So again, this is ABS. So you don't want to you don't want keywords that are your brand name, because people don't know your brand name, right? Like unless, unless you're like Nike or, Starbucks or something, you want to have, like I said, professional photographer, Manassas, Virginia, professional photographer, DC, wedding photographer, DC, that kind of thing, because that's what people are typing into Google. So yeah, so you're missing quite a bit of keywords, and that's why you're not getting the traffic that you may potentially want to your website. So this is Liznick Photo. So this is your #1 competitor. So you can see that they have 57 referring domains, 352 backlinks. They have less backlinks than you, right? So that just tells me, and they have more. You have more referring domains. So that tells me that it's more so, the issue more so is your keywords, because you have a lot more than them. So your ranking, you actually have a pretty powerful website, a credible website, right? But you're not ranking for the correct keywords. That you're not, the keywords you are looking for are not in here. So we can see what keywords they're using. Right, photographer, Manassas, Virginia, 40 people searched that month. They're #3. Photographer, Manassas, Virginia, without the comma, 40 people searched that month. 4 people they're on the 4th position. Let's see again, photographers in Manassas, Virginia, 40 people searched that month. They're #4. So they're just kind of repeating the same keyword. So, again, it seems like you want to be found for DC, so I'm sure DC has a lot of keywords as well. Professional headshots, Arlington, Virginia, 40 people search that a month. They're #69. Photo printing, wedding cake. Okay, so yeah, they're just ranked. They just care about ranking for Manassas. So again, Manassas isn't a big city, so that's why their traffic is only 47, right? So if you rank for DC, Tysons, McLean, Woodbridge, Ashburn, a lot of Indian, there's a huge Indian population there, so if you rank for Ashburn and those more, Arlington, Alexandria, you'll be getting a lot more business through your website, right? So again, they have 111 keywords, bringing 47 people to their website a month, but they're just ranking for Manassas. So it just shows me that Manassas, it does have some search volume, but there's not a lot for your particular, for at least the general photographer keyword. So I hope this makes more sense to you. And like I said, this is just a sample video. I mean, if you need help with your own kind of online marketing, just let me know. I have no problem, because obviously, I would love to refer. I think that you're super talented, and I would love to refer my clients to you. I did contact my client, the Alexandria Movers, and so they didn't respond to that particular text. They actually just wanted to focus more on getting my opinion about their new logo. So, but I'll follow through with them. I think that they just want to get their website and their logo completely done, and they can focus on like the next step. So I hope this video brings you a lot of value, and let me know if you have any questions, and let me know any feedback on this. And I'd love to make sure that I can bring more value to business owners. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.